Dorn Space. I'm super excited. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm just practicing right now. I'm so nervous. This is my first real big show, so come check it out. Hey, can you keep it down a little bit? Sorry. Okay.
So either give him a warm welcome or prepare your booze, your choice. For Juan Soler Jr.
Woo! I like that energy. That's good. Oh my goodness, that is nice. Thank you. Give it up for Brandon, everybody. That was some funny stuff. Thank you. Are you guys hoping to do some laughing today? Yeah. I'm hoping that for you too. I'm glad to see we're all on the same page. I'm really rooting for you guys today. Really am. I'm glad to see some of you guys came with some goals. So if you apply yourself today, maybe we'll see how you go. We'll see how it happens, all right? I'm going to stand up here and just observe you, so no pressure, all right? Started doing stand-up again. I did it back in like 2000 for a little bit. I was a weird combination of Eddie Murphy, George Lopez, and Chris Rock. I was like Eddie Low Rock. It was really weird. It was like a little bit of brown sugar and spice with occasional nice. It was a little awkward. But I'm 37 years old. I got things to talk about. I found my voice. So I figured now's the time. Come back. Here we go. So I started doing some open mics in Saratoga. And the first one I did was absolutely horrible. It was so unbelievably bad. I think the term is I bombed. Yeah, I bombed. No. I didn't bomb. I exploded. I became brown mist all over the stage. It was an absolute mess. It was horrible. I got up on the stage. I said, hello, my name, and then I forgot everything. Completely forgot a thing. It's not that I forgot what I wanted to say or do. I forgot who I was, where I was, what gender or species I identified with. It was an absolute mess. Absolutely. It was ugly, so bad. I had an inner struggle with myself. My mind and my body was like, Juan, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I responded with, Exactly. Get off the stage. Go, get off. And I did. 1 minute into my set. It was a 5-minute set. 1 minute into my set, I got off the stage and walked off to humiliation to my wife. And my wife. She was so supportive of me like 2 seconds before I got on the stage. And then I got off the stage and we didn't look at each other for 10 minutes. We didn't acknowledge each other, no eye contact, nothing whatsoever. It's like we weren't even there. You know, do you have any idea what that feels like? No? Let me paint a picture. It's as if I farted during sex. It's like the same exact thing. How do you possibly come back from that? No good, whoops, my bad, is gonna fix that situation whatsoever, all right? It was bad, and I thought that was the least of my concerns, because then I realized, oh snap, I said snap, I'm an 80s baby, 90 crazy. Oh snap, I did this in Saratoga, all right? Let me paint a picture for you. Let me Bob Ross this bad boy for you. I work in Saratoga, all right? And word travels fast. And with my luck, usually out of context, all right? I am a professional videographer and photographer. And in my line of work, we use terms such as shooting and capturing. So follow me here. A bearded, dark-skinned man with an occasional accent known for shooting and capturing is now known for bombing. Yeah. Let me give you a family history now, shall we? My great-grandmother was a pastor. My grandmother was a pastor. My biological father was a pastor. I have an uncle that's kind of like a pastor, and right now I have a brother-in-law that's a pastor. So everyone say it with me, I'm next in line to be a what?
Pastor.
No, a disappointment. Why would you you guys aren't listening at all. I appreciate that though. That's really sweet. It's really nice of you. I think my grandmother thought that. I'm pretty sure she did, because when I was a young age, she was like, JJ, come here. Juan Jr., just in case, context, Juan Jr. JJ, come here. You know, you're going to do great things in the name of the Lord. She had this matter-of-fact smile. Every time she would give you some sort of information, you had this big old smile. So you knew it was going to be real. You knew it was a big deal. She did that every time she preached. She was like, and Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, y con el nombre de Jesús, parted the Red Sea. And as a kid, I was like, you see that? She did the smile. That's got to be real. That's got to be real. So, sidetrack. She was like, JJ, come here. You know, you're going to do great things in the name of the Lord. I was 6 years old. That is a lot of pressure to put on a 6-year-old. I have a 6-year-old. The only pressure he has is to make sure he wipes his butt correctly. That's it. That's all he has to worry about. Me, I have the future souls of young Christians on my shoulders. It's not even the same. Not even the same. The comparison is ridiculous. I don't know any 6-year-old that could have handled that pressure. In fact, the only 6-year-old actually I think that could possibly handle that was Jesus the Christ himself. And nowhere in the Bible did I see Mary be like, hey, JC, come here. You know, you're going to do great things in the name of you. No, that never happened. Actually thinking about it now, just I say that aloud for the first time in front of people, I could only imagine what my grandmother and my mother's conversation was when I was younger. She was like, Laura, what do we want to teach JJ today? Do we want to do a deep dive in the Holy Trinity or make sure he stops getting caca in his underwears? What are we working on? Holy Trinity it is. Okay, here we go. My grandmother was tough. I love her to death. She's amazing. She was tough though, but she was like tough in weird ways, not your normal ways. In the dining room, she had a drawer, and the only thing in that drawer was a belt because she knew in 10 to 15 minutes she was going to be smacking somebody, which was usually me. So she figured, why worry about wearing a belt every day when I can have one on standby? It was insane. True story, for real. We once called 911 because there was a potential emergency. We didn't know if a house was maybe catching on fire. And she said, well, when you call the police, don't tell them your name or information because they don't need to be in our business. She was tough. I was like, okay. I said, all right. When I was younger, she gave me, as a gift, she gave me a Frisbee. This is my childhood. Welcome to my life. She gave me a Frisbee, and she said, go outside and play with it, but don't throw it. I wish I could make this stuff. I'm like, don't throw it. She goes, yes, don't throw it because you're going to break a window. I'm like, Grandma, what do I do with the Frisbee then? She goes, what do you mean? Look at it. It's round, roll it. Needless to say, I became a master Frisbee roller, all right? A skill set that nobody should ever have. So that being said, please don't invite me to be on your ultimate Frisbee team. We will lose automatically, okay? So bad, super tough. If you're wondering, just side note, if you're wondering if I did throw that Frisbee, I did. I threw it one time, because I want to experience fun. And it went right through the window. She knew it was going to be coming. She could see the future. She's like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Humans, we make mistakes, but the one thing that's been bothering me for 37 years is screwing up in something that I didn't think you could possibly screw up in, and that's my ethnicity. I know that was a thing. I had no idea that was a possible thing. I had no idea. Let me tell you, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. I have a Hispanic name, Juan. Surprise. And just naturally, you would think I know how to speak Spanish. I don't. I am so bad. It is so bad. And to me, I feel like people are judging me. They get mad. Some people actually get mad. Some Hispanics get mad at me. They'll come up to me like, hola, Juan, mira. I'm like, whoa! I don't know what you're saying. And they're like, ¿por qué tú no hablas español? And I'm like, I don't know why. I'm sorry. It's so bad. It is so bad. And I have anxiety sometimes, and I just feel like they're just judging me or making fun of me or something. And this is true. This is bad. I got to deal with these struggles. Just a couple weeks ago, my wife and I went to a bodega, which is a Spanish grocery store, because you didn't know, a bodega. And I walked in there, and she could see it on my face, and she's like, she can tell that I had my head down. I didn't look at anybody. I didn't want them to smell my fear. It's like they were T-Rexes or something. It was so bad. I didn't want them to realize I wasn't really part of them. I wasn't like them. I could feel like, oh yeah, Hector, one of these Juans is not like the other. One of these Juans just doesn't belong. It's so bad. And I feel, I feel that sometimes they make fun of me. Like they know, so they're just playing with me. My wife and I do a lot of stuff with my wife. My wife and I went to Puerto Rico one time, and we had breakfast at this restaurant, and I ordered some pancakes, but I didn't have any syrup, so I went up to the counter, and I'm like, in Spanish, because it's Puerto Rico, they don't speak English, apparently. And I go up to the counter, I'm like, perdóname, necesito syrup para mi pancakes, syrup. She's like, ¿qué? Syrup para mi pancakes, syrup. Pancakes. The guy behind me, he was like, syrup. She's like, syrup. Okay, here you go. I'm like, what? Like, did you guys know that in Spanish, syrup is syrup? Didn't know. I had no idea. I swear they're messing with me. I don't think that's really what it is. I really see what's happening here. I'm having all these anxiety attacks. It's insane. It's crazy. It's nuts. They come up to me and I feel like I'm not Hispanic enough because I don't know Spanish, right? Like it's insane. Like I'm some sort of Puerto Rican or something. Like I don't deserve the right to have the name Juan Soler. You might as well just call me John Soler because it's bad. It's bad. Like, I'm not Latino enough. My wife hates when I say that. I'm not Latino enough because I don't know Spanish and I can't cook rice and beans. I'm a horrible cook. But I could dance. I could dance pretty good. And that's only because I have taken years of dance lessons. And even then, I thought I had something. I thought I was cool. I thought I was Hispanic. But even then, the old Latin men are like, dance lessons. Mira, the music tells you what to do. Okay? I can't win. It's so bad. So now I'm 37. I'm getting closer to 40. I'm starting to deal with this little issue of mine. So I try not to go to places too much where there's a whole sea of Hispanics. It just gives me the anxiety. Like Amsterdam, Rico, you don't want to go there. They're everywhere. It's insane. And like, for example, and I work in Saratoga, but have you been to Saratoga during track season? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. It's like they all unite like it's a Telemundo convention or something. It's insane. They're all over there between the jockeys, the workers, and the guests. Oh my. All the Hispanics are everywhere. Wherever I go, when you go down the track, they're everywhere. It's just insane. It's like a sea of Latinos. They are everywhere. And you saw what I did there a little bit? It's my magic trick. I sprinkled you with Spanish people. And with that, it's kind of like pixie dust, like fairy dust. Some of you got some powers now. Some of you are craving some salsa. The food and the dance. You're welcome. Some of you, and this is a scary one, some of you have rhythm for the first time. You don't know what to do with that. With great power comes great responsibility, because you know the great prophet Gloria Estefan once said about the rhythm. She said, the rhythm is going to get you. It is. All right, imagine that. Oh my gosh, that'd be like the worst, maybe the worst or really weird horror movie ever, right? Or maybe a fantastic musical, I'm not quite sure, right? Like, the rhythm is gonna get you. Tonight, step, slash you're dead. Like, it'd be the worst. It'd be the worst thing in the world, right? That'd be scary. That's scary. The things that go in my mind, it's nuts. I'm like freaking out all the time. Real life is scary as well. Like the things that happen, not like the really, really scary things like murder and all that stuff. I'm just talking about the everyday things that happen in your life. You ever seen someone who yawns without covering their mouth? It's as if they're going to eat your face. It's the scariest thing ever. You ever seen that? Like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't have my coffee today. And I'm like, ah. It's the worst when they keep your eyes open and give you eye contact. Oh, my gosh, right? They're like, I had a late night, and I'm just, ah. My favorite is when they do the finger point and turn like they're singing into an imaginary microphone. They're like, sorry, I just can't. Ah. They give you that side profile to see their giant mouth, to which I think a smaller mouth would probably come out at that point, like aliens. Scary, terrifying. Now I have you guys thinking about that, right? I feel really bad. I feel bad. I don't feel bad. I feel a little bad. I feel bad. I do. Just a hair. Just a hair. Just a hair. I feel bad for atheists. I feel bad because they don't have baby names to go with their belief. Like, you stop and think about it. Like, as a Christian, we got the classic Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Paul, Ringo. You know, we got them all. You know, so it's good. If you're Jewish, you got the Old Testament, Isaiah, Josiah, all my nephews and nieces. Jeez, my son's name Noah. But the biggest thing is that these biblical names have some sort of reference to the belief. whether you're Christian or whether you're Jewish or Muslim, the names usually translate to something regarding their belief and faith or whatever. And atheists, I feel so bad they don't have anything. They can't even be creative, which stinks. I feel so bad. Like, if I tried, like, how can you have a baby name for your kid? Like, hey, listen, I want you to meet my son, Nothing. Yeah. He's a little introvert. He's a little quiet to himself. But he's not like his sisters. Not like his sisters at all. Science and hopelessness. Look at them. They're just a ball of questions or answers, depending on which way you go with that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because I have a wife and 3 kids, I feel bad because I can't, unfortunately, I feel bad saying this, I feel bad because I can't relate with some of my friends who don't have a wife, who have something else. And I didn't know there was a difference. You know there's a difference between a wife and a baby mama? Oh, I hit a nerve there, didn't I? Oh, what's he gonna do? I didn't get you on the atheist, but baby mama, don't talk about that. Don't do it. Don't talk about baby mamas, no. No, there's a difference, and I didn't know that because, like, if I come to one of my friends, I'm like, hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while, what's good? And they're like, yeah, you know, man, same old junk. I got that baby mama drama. She keeps asking me for my money. It's a pain in the butt. It drives me nuts. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I got one of those at home, too. I got a happy wife, so it's a constant happy life, and all she ever asks me is for my love and loyalty. What a nag, right? Fist bump. It's like fist bump John Solar. Be quiet, man. Fist bump. No, I love being married. I love having kids. I just recently stopped doing that thing that all parents do. And if you're a parent, you have kids, or if you have nephews, or there's any small children in your life, the same thing that we always do, and I don't know why, but we do this, is when we tell people their age. Like, for example, someone asks me, oh, how old is your son? I'm like, oh, he's 6, turning 7. I feel the need to let them know what age he's going to be after he's done being 6. As if there were any other options. Imagine that. Imagine. Oh, my goodness. Imagine that. Like, how old's your son? Oh, he's 6 turning... That's a good question. Hold on. Let me see. Honey, what do you want to do with him? He's going towards the end of 6 now. Do you want to go to 7? Or we want to go straight to 16, get his license, and out the door? Because we need our time. We need our time together. And I'm tired of stepping on all these toys. Yeah. 7. Straight to, you sure? Straight to 7? Okay, you the boss. All right. Yeah, he's 6 turning 7. 6 turning 7, yeah. We're going to do a slow burn with him. Yeah, we're going to have some time, create some memories and stuff, you know. Yeah, I know, the other 2, they went from 2 to 20, but this guy, we want to let him simmer a little bit, you know, see how that goes. The 2-year anniversary of the Dorn Space. Give it up for that again one more time. That is so awesome, super awesome. My parents asked me to come here and support and celebrate with you guys. Mr. Brian Dorn, my awesome dad, give him a hand. Thank you so much. Mrs. Laura Dorn, that fantastic little Latina woman over there back there. So you saw her. As some of you realized, it's not your show. Okay, so as some of you guys pointed out to me, that she looks just like me. I am the spitting image of my mother. Spitting image. If I shave this off, I look just like her, which my wife really appreciates. I found out the hard way, that that most women don't like kissing men that remind them of their mother-in-law. It's not a thing. It's not a thing whatsoever. They don't appreciate it. Ask anybody. I even tried to find it online. I tried to go online and just look it up, and he chats about it. Nothing whatsoever. And we even checked some of the adult websites to see if there was like some sort of fetish or something about that. Not even a thing. Not even. There's weird stuff online too. Please don't do it. But kissing someone kissing your man when he looks like your mother-in-law, apparently that's where the line is drawn. I don't know. There's standards on that website. You don't want to cross those standards. That's crazy. Kiddos. I have 3 kids, and they all came from the same woman, so that was convenient. My kids, I love my kids. The 3 kids, I got twin girls. Some of you already know that, but you know, the girls are relatively normal. My son is a little different. And my girls have their moments when they were younger. As they're getting older, they're better now. Like the oldest of the twin, when she was younger, she put a live chick, like a live chick, in a bucket and put a string and spun it around. She's like, "Look, mommy, it doesn't come out." And we're like, "No." so bad. I'm like, why would you do that? And then the younger of the twin, when she was younger, we're like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? She's like, either a waitress or a Beyonce. I'm like, honey, you can't be Beyonce. And she's like, why? Beyonce did it. I'm like, you're right. I can't argue with that. You're 3. I'm sorry. You're right. But my boy, my son. Oh my gosh, my son. That boy, right from the beginning, I knew there was going to be something not right with him. And when he was younger, he walked in on the girls when one of them was in the bathroom, and he started yelling at the top of his lungs. He's like, Mommy, Daddy, come here. And we're like, oh my gosh, what happened? And he's like, Jayla's pee-pee fell in the toilet. It fell in the toilet. Daddy, go get it. And I'm like, it's about time we tell you some stuff, buddy. And literally just the other week, oh my gosh, this kid. Literally, just the other week, he was standing on the top of our steps at the house, and he looks down at me. He's like, Daddy. I'm like, what? He farts in his hand and goes, I just made a wall of farts. And you can't go by it. And I looked up at him. I'm like, you're right. I can't. And I just walked away, and I was just thinking about, what did I do to this kid? What happened? What happened to him? He's insane. My wife blames it on me. Surprise. And she always says, he's just like you. And again, for those who do know my son, he's just like me. And she always says we're characters. We're characters. For years, when we've known each other, even to this day, she always says how much I'm a cartoon character. And I thought that was like the greatest compliment ever. I was like sweet, like a G.I. Joe, like a Thundercat, like a He-Man. I thought all these things. It was more like a Looney Tune. Really much more like. And then I thought about that. Again, this is how I think. I really got into it. And I'm like, being a cartoon sounds good, but then wait a minute. If I'm a cartoon, that means my wife can erase me. I'm just trying. She's like a tear. Oh my gosh. She can erase me. And she wouldn't even get in trouble for it too, because it's not considered murder. It's just considered fixing a mistake. She'd be like, officer, I didn't mean for him to be like that. I could fix him. I could fix it. Watch. And she's a fantastic drawer. This lady's got skills. She would make me look amazing. She'll make me taller. I'll be jacked. I have a 6-pack. I would have no vocal cords. That'd be a gift to her. I can tell you that much. And if she could tweak my face just a little bit so when she kisses me, she's not reminded of her mother-in-law. Thank you, guys. That's my time. You've been amazing. You guys did it. Yay, goals.